What is up, fight fans? Welcome back to Picking a Fight. I'm Latch, and today we're going to be looking at UFC Fight Night Derrick Lewis versus Serghei Spivak. But before we get started, go ahead and leave a like on this video. We appreciate it a lot. It helps us out a ton. And yeah, let's get right into it. So we got number 7 ranked heavyweight, the Black Beast, Derrick Lewis. He's 26 and 10. He's 37 years old. He's 6'3" with the 79-inch reach. And he's coming off back-to-back losses to Serghei Spivak and to Bam Bam Tai Tuivasa. And he's going up against the polar bear, Serghei Spivak. He's 15 and 3. He's 28 years old. He's 6'3" with the 78-inch reach. And he's coming off back-to-back wins over Greg Hardy and Augusto Sakai. And he will be coming in as the minus 225 favorite compared to Derrick Lewis's plus 190 underdog status. You know, Serghei Spivak versus Derrick Lewis, this fight was actually supposed to happen last year, but Derrick Lewis actually got sick on the day and the fight was canceled and scrapped, and this fight was rescheduled, and I'm glad it was rescheduled because it's a very interesting matchup. We got a heavyweight favorite in Derrick Lewis, and he's going up against a surging prospect in Serghei Spivak. You know, Serghei Spivak, he's a young grappler about to face the biggest challenge of his career so far, in my opinion. You know, hands are all right. He does seem to have pretty good power. Obviously, I would assume all heavyweights do. They're freaking huge. I think he should grapple from the start. I think he should shoot, no questions asked, from the beginning. I think his grappling is just superior all around, and I think he needs to be persistent because we've seen Derrick Lewis stop a lot of takedowns before. We've seen him explode and get up from dominant positions, but I think if he's persistent enough and he doesn't give Derrick Lewis a chance to land his biggest shot, I think he can win this fight. You know, so he needs to be persistent, and he really needs to chain his wrestling together. You know, do not give up on that first initial shot, but chain it together. Maybe get on his back, work on the trips. But man, Derrick Lewis is no slouch. You know, he's lost his last 2 fights. Funnily enough, he didn't lose to a grappler like Curtis Blades, but he lost to really good strikers or powerful strikers like Tai and Serghei. You know, because he's still very dangerous. He's a powerful brawler, and one shot is really all it takes to put anyone away. He's going to have to stop a lot of the takedown attempts to even have a chance to get that one shot off. And, you know, his takedown defense and his grappling have really been an anomaly throughout his career. He sometimes just gets up, and that just works for him. You know, he's very explosive. He's just gotten up against some very, very strong grapplers. But I don't know if he'll be able to stop a very persistent approach by Serghei Spivak. You know, Curtis Blades didn't even get a chance to shoot on him before he caught him with that takedown. But right before that, you could see how timid Derrick Lewis was and how wary he was of the takedown. I wonder if he even feels that same threat from a guy like Serghei Spivak. I think maybe he thought Curtis Blades striking was a lot more dangerous. I mean, Curtis Blades wrestling was a lot more dangerous because Derrick Lewis is a tough fight for anybody, and I think that's why this is such a great test for Serghei Spivak. Probably why he wanted to keep this fight intact. Oddly enough, Derrick Lewis has not lost to a lot of grapplers. He's actually lost to a lot of strikers. You know, a lot of guys that could kind of send the power back to him and make him uncomfortable in that way. Guys like Serghei, who really turned it up on him. Pavlovich really turned it up on him. Bam Bam really turned it up on him. And I don't know if Serghei has that same power, or I don't even know if he will need to. But I think the safest bet for this fight, Serghei Spivak by submission or decision. I just think eventually he's going to take this guy down if he's persistent enough. You know, his grappling didn't look the cleanest, but I don't think it'll have to be to take down someone like Derrick Lewis. Derrick Lewis is very strong in the clinch. He has his own takedowns too, which makes him very, very tricky. He has a very tricky trip that he landed on Tai, so he's going to have to look out for that. But I think this fight is super close. I think minus 225 for Spivak is a little high considering he's unproven. I'm going to still have to go by Spivak by submission, but let me know down below what you think. Do you think we're underestimating Derrick Lewis? Do you think his power is going to come through for him one more time? Let me know down below. And yeah, go ahead and check out our other videos. We're actually doing every other fight on this same card, so go ahead and check those out if you haven't. And yeah, it's going to be a great night of fights. Do not forget to tune in, and I'll see you next time. But until then, take care.